I don't know how exactly to finish the cinder block. So what I'm debating is trying to figure out, one, if I'm going to fill all of these cinder block holes, and then secondly, how I'm going to finish the cinder block down to the concrete floor. And if you are a builder or a homeowner that had to deal with cinder block and finishing it, comment on this video and let me know what you did as well. Today I'm tackling the cinder block and I was a little unsure as to how to go about it, but you guys gave me some great ideas and I finally settled on something. So my goal is to get it all framed in and ready for finishing touches. A lot of crawling around on the ground. Okay, so these are the Trusscore wall and ceiling panels. And click together like that. It's 32. What do you think, Griffin?
Can you walk on that?
Is it durable?
Ooh, Griffin's testing it out.
Now that one's gonna be the one that gets put on the ceiling and we're gonna see the little steps. Some people would put paint on his boots and make that a feature. Are you helping Mama?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can use it.
Yeah, right now I have it at 2 full panels, which is here, but I think maybe that might be low.
No, I like that because if you're doing anything on the ground, you can still have a water bottle up there.
True.
A sports drink, whatever you've got.
Yeah, because that's why I have these panels in here, is to see. Hi, baby. What do you think of this? This is gonna go on the walls and on the ceiling. Yeah, up there.
Yeah, up there. Everywhere.
Are you gonna help Mommy install it? Yeah, this. It's called Trusscore.
And it's durable. It's Griffin-proof.
Yeah.
See? Woo!
Yay! Yay! Good job. That way. Oh, you saw my microphone. What's that? Yeah, Mommy's talking into this. Do you want to talk into it?
You say, hi.
Hi!
I think we might have gotten that.
So what I want to do now is shine my laser across this wall to see what the height would be of my piece from the plate that I installed to this height minus 3.5 inches, which is the 2x4 that I will have on the top. So the easiest way to do that is to put my laser up, and one of the best hacks that I have for being able to easily adjust my laser is I grabbed one of these quick support rods from Home Depot. So then I turn the laser on. It's mounted to a magnet and it grabs to this post. Woo! And then I just bring it down to the level that I need, which is right there. So this shoots around the whole room from this one spot. So I get all of my levels across the room from my point that I've marked on the wall really, really easily. Everywhere I look right now, there's a laser line. So once I've got my laser set at my height, you really don't have to think about it too much. It's doing all the thinking for you. And the reason I need the laser is because I have my mark on the 2x4, but where I'm measuring from is like 6 inches from the 2x4. So if you want an accurate measurement, you're not able to do so because you're not measuring straight vertically. So this way, I can hold the tape measure right on my plate and get my measurement, which is 29 3/4. 29 3/4. So I'm gonna have another 2x4 at the top, so it's 29 3/4 minus 3.5 because that's what a 2x4 is. All of my upright, so my studs, will be 26 1/4. Okay, I feel somewhat confident in that. So after framing this knee wall shelf type thing, whatever you want to call it, I looked at it for a whole long time and started having second thoughts about having this run all the way around the perimeter of the garage because it limits what you can do with the wall space, especially if you're thinking about installing anything that is long and upright, like a full length mirror. It's great for putting like your drinks and stuff on. I just don't know. I've pretty much decided that I don't want it everywhere. I talked to Matt. We're leaving this one at the end of the garage. Looks great, will still function well, and we don't need access to a full flat wall. The other option I could have done was just completely frame this as a full wall and not a shelf, and just brought it this, whatever this is, 5 3/4, and just lost that space. But I don't love that option either. So we're gonna leave this as our little shelf wall. And then everywhere else in the garage, I'm just gonna wrap the cinder block with a shorter wall essentially. So I can still spray foam and insulate this cinder block, but it's also just not as intrusive. That's one of the things about not having a full plan and kind of just figuring it out as we go. You can try things. If you don't like them, you don't have to do it. I even thought about taking this out and just having this smaller framed whatever I'm gonna do with the rest of the cinder block around the whole area. But Matt and I both talked and thought that it's still good to have the shelf down here. So what I'm thinking,
because every so often this bottom plate of this wall is attached to the cinder block with a bolt into the cavity that's filled with concrete. So it protrudes farther up than this 2x4, or else I would just go lower and build my wall probably right to the cinder block. But bringing my 2x4 up on top of this bottom plate allows for insulation underneath the framing into the cinder block, and also covers up that lag bolt because a couple of them are taller, but I can cut them down with a grinder. So what I'm figuring out now is what I need my measurements for my blocks at. Oh, I think the snowbirds are practicing. It's very loud around here for the next couple of weeks. So we've got the snowbirds in town. What I'm gonna do is just cut a whole ton of blocks at these two lengths. I'm gonna cut a bunch of both of these, and what I do when I know that I need a bunch of cuts, put my blade down, put my template up, and then I mark it with my pencil right on my miter saw. And that way, every time you make a cut, you're not taking out your tape measure, making a mark. It just takes the thinking out of it, and you just make your cuts. Perfect. This is also where working alone slows things down a little bit, because I would have someone else doing this. You'd have a cut person and have someone installing, so that you're always moving ahead. Because once you have the measurements set up, it's pretty mindless, brainless work. Alas, it is only me. So slowly we go. I am gonna end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and the little bell to notify you every time I release a new video. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.